What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Today I'm bringing you a tips and tricks video here on FIFA 22, and I believe that this is the same process for FIFA 21. This is actually a video concerning how to switch positions for players within FIFA within career mode. This is something that, as I've played FIFA throughout the years, I never really had a full understanding of, and there is an actual way to switch positions within the game. You can't actually very easily go to edit players and then click on a player that you want to change and then change their position. Unfortunately, from this screen, there's really not a whole lot that you can do other than editing a player's kit, which is a little bit bizarre. This is a feature that is within pretty much every other sports title, that you can adjust a player's position by just simply clicking on the edit player feature. I don't know why they quite do it this way, but there are some benefits to the way that FIFA does player position changes, and I actually find them to be pretty interesting and maybe a feature that should be brought over to other EA sports titles and other sports titles in general. But let's go ahead and jump into how you can actually switch a player's position from one to another within FIFA 22. So you're going to first need to find your player development tab, and you can find your player development in a multitude of ways. First and foremost, here today on the central page here for your career mode, you can just simply go to the bottom right corner, and most of the time it will have this development card here listed for you unless there's something overriding it that week. So you can go to your development tab and it's going to present you with your entire team list. For example, what I'm going to do today is I am going to sort by overall, so I can just see if there's a player at the top of my squad that I might want to adjust their position, and we'll be able to very easily switch positions from this screen. Let's say, for example, that I want to switch Christian Pulisic to a striker from left wing to striker. So what I can do is I can click on that player to see all available actions. Now, unfortunately, again, there is nothing here that specifically allows you to adjust a player's position. You're going to go to that player's development plan, which is then going to give you access to player growth, whether you want to, switch them as a wide winger, inverted winger, any type of growth that you want to specifically target for that player will be accessed there. However, what you are going to be able to do is press the right trigger, and that will take you to a new menu, which is going to show all of the various positions that are available for that player within the game. And it's going to be every single position that's available for that player. The interesting note here that I definitely want you guys to take notice of is at the top of the screen, you'll see that it's changing up there. It says striker, right winger, center forward, attacking midfielder, for example. Underneath of that, it's going to present a bar for you, and it's going to present an ETA. And what that ETA is how long it's going to take for that player's position to switch. So this also gives you a really good example of what would be a good position switch for a player within the game, and what would be the most efficient for you to switch a player to, because the shorter ones are going to say, hey, this player's skill set is essentially very similar to this position, so it's not going to take long for them to switch to that position. So for example, to switch to a cam, it's not going to take very long. To switch to a left midfielder, it's only going to take 30 some weeks. To switch to a center forward, it'll take 2 weeks, and flip-flop sides from left wing to right wing, it'll only take 2 weeks. But if I want to switch Pulisic to a striker, it's going to take a whole 162 weeks to be able to switch him from a winger to a striker. And likewise, some of the other positions like center midfielder, center defensive midfielder, some of the ones that are much less akin to his skill set are going to take 400 and some weeks to switch that player over. And that's all there really is to it. You then just have to select whatever you might want to switch that player to. So I, for example, maybe just want to switch him to striker. I do want to take that 162 weeks and get him adjusted over, because that's what I want him to play on the team. You select it, this little green check mark will pop up for you, and then you just have to go through that time frame and wait. Now, there is one more step to this entire process that I do want to show you guys, but I don't want to simulate through 162 weeks just to get Christian Pulisic to striker. So what I do want to talk about real quick before we show you the final step is when this is most useful. Yeah, you're going to have uses for this on your primary squad. Maybe you have a left wing back that you want to be a left back, or you have a left winger that you want to play left mid or something of that nature. You can, think of all these different scenarios on your own, but where this is going to be most useful, and I'm mixing up the youth name here with it because this is going to be most useful with your youth academy. You're going to get a lot of players that come in at positions that are not necessarily lined up with what your team does. And you guys can see here that I've pretty much slimmed down my roster to only a handful of positions. I've switched positions for pretty much everybody here in my youth academy. Now, keep in mind that that might change the players overall and their ultimate potential within the game. So you do want to keep in mind that switching positions can affect those things, but you're going to get a lot of oddball positions here within your youth squad, and ultimately you're going to want them to be probably more aligned with what your team actually does. Unless you're just trying to bring guys in that you're inevitably going to sell, then don't bother with switching their position because you may mess with something that adjusts, like I said, their overall or potential. But this is going to be one of the areas that is going to be the most useful to switch a player's position, and you just do the same thing. You click show actions, you go to their development plan, you press the right or left trigger, and it's going to take you to the position switch menu and allow you to switch positions for these players, and that's going to get you set on the right path. So in order to expedite this process to show you guys in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Christian Pulisic from left wing to right wing, and I'll simulate 2 weeks for you guys and show you guys exactly what happens and what pops up so you guys know how to complete this entire process. Let's go ahead over to the team calendar, and we'll go ahead and simulate 2 weeks from that point. Actually, we'll simulate an extra day through so that we can get the full simulation happening, and we'll be able to see exactly what's going to pop up message wise so that you guys know what notification you're going to get whenever you actually see that adjustment. That's one of the benefits, is it's never going to just switch their position on its own. You're at least going to get a notification telling you, hey, this is essentially what you need to do. Go in and make sure that you adjust their position. So for example, I'll get a message right here that is going to say assistant manager Pulisic position change option. I'm writing to let you know we're pleased with his continuing development. We think he's probably ready now to switch positions and be tried as a right winger, as we discussed. And then, it's just going to go on and give you a little bit more information in that notification. However, what I think is one of the most useful things is on your main page right here, you're going to get a little pop-up in that bottom corner down there that shows you the development left wing to right wing completed for Christian Pulisic. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to take me to his development. What you then need to do is you need to hit triangle, and this is on PlayStation, of course, and that will switch his position, and you can now see in the top left-hand corner that he is officially listed as a right winger instead of a left winger. So we certainly want to keep all of that in mind whenever we are going through the position change process here within FIFA 22. But I do hope that this information helped somebody out there. I know that there are so many people that are way more experienced with FIFA and career mode in FIFA than I am, but I certainly wanted to make sure that there was an easy to follow tutorial out there, especially for those of you that watch my channel in case you play FIFA, because I know that you guys are out there, and make sure that there is an easy guide for anybody that is newer to the game and doesn't know these things, because this was new to me. I took the last FIFA year off, came back to the game, and I was just wondering, hey, can I adjust some positions, and found a good way to do it. So like I said, hopefully this information was useful to you. If it was, leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more great content such as this. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good one.